Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre, and we are back with a new $1 Million Earner interview. These are one of my favorite things to do. I happen to be in Prague for an event, and one of the top earners for the company that I'm speaking for is a $1 Million Earner, and actually a multiple of that. He's done very, very well. And I'm going to let you, because here's the thing. He's from Norway. I'm Norwegian. I should be able to pronounce all of the Norwegian names, but it's hard for me. I think of him as Terje, and I'll let him go. Introduce yourself.
But it's quite close, Eric. It's Terje Duesund.
Terje Duesund.
Perfect, perfect.
It's not perfect, but it's a little bit better.
For not
it's
being
an
Norwegian.
American version.
Yeah.
Terje Duesund.
Yeah.
All right, great. And where are you from?
Bergen.
Bergen?
Actually, Bergen, the city where your relatives come from.
Yes, my relatives come from the same city in Norway, and they immigrated to Minnesota. So it's there's a lot of Scandinavians, Norwegians and Swedes and Finns, and lots of Andersons and Olsons and Gundersons and all of these names in this marketplace. But anyway, enough for the geography. I was intrigued with your story. You came and spoke at our GoPro Recruiting Mastery event. That was a lot of fun to see. It was the second time I've seen you speak. And you spoke at this conference that we're at now, and you have a huge organization. But what I want to do is start with where, I'm always interested in where these $1 Million Earners come from and how they think. So tell me about growing up. Were you an entrepreneur? You go from a big family? I mean, what was the family life like?
My family was mediocre family. But my father was an entrepreneurial-minded man. Also did a few company, but not with success.
Okay.
Growing up, I wasn't thinking about business at all. Totally not.
What were you thinking about?
Girls, cars. Growing up, I was ruthless. There was some struggling in my...
What do you mean by ruthless?
I didn't fit in. I felt that I didn't know my track. I didn't know where to go.
I think that's true for most people.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't you think? I mean, some people like when they're in their teenage years, I'm going to do this the rest of my life. I think most are like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try, probably go to university, maybe I'll figure it out there, I'm not sure.
But then there came a point, approximately 16 years old. I was in love with a girl, and her sister, older sister, had a boyfriend, and he just came back from first leave from the military. And he was telling this story about the marine divers. And I sat there like, is it possible? Because he was bragging about them. They were so cool. They were so fantastic.
These are the guys with the big brass helmets on their heads. Those type of divers?
No, all kind of. All kind of. Yeah, they separate later. So at that moment, for the first time in my life, I knew what I wanted.
So you're going to go into the military?
Yeah, that was my goal.
You're going to go
16,
to be a diver?
Yeah, marine diver. That was from age of 16. That was what I wanted. So when did you finally act on that dream? Being finished with college, applied for the military.
And at age what age?
Then I was 19.
19.
Yeah.
Okay, so at 19 you go into the military.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was the best thing that actually could happen to me. Everything fell in place.
Discipline?
Discipline, and being seen. There are always an officer watching you, and really cheering you on when you do the right stuff, and giving you the cold shoulder when you're not doing your best. And I was really in need of that. So for me, that was the best way to hit off the grown-up life to become a man. So I'm saying I didn't just get a job in there.
Yeah.
I didn't just get a career, but I found my home for many years.
How many years were you?
8, close to 9.
Close to 9 years, until you're approximately 30 years old.
Yeah, correct.
Wow. And
Correct.
and what did you? How far did you advance in the military?
Well, for me, it wasn't about rank.
No. Okay.
It was about the task. So I started in the Navy as a marine diver, and which were my dream, but very fast I got a bigger dream. So I was looking at the Air Force, and my brother, he was a fighter pilot, F-16, so I couldn't do that. I needed to do something else. So I was looking for what I believe was the toughest thing to do. At that point in life, Eric, it was about proving something to myself. So I went on and applied to be a rescue swimmer on the Seeking helicopter.
Wow.
Yeah, and that
people
was,
in disaster situations,
yeah,
you'd
yeah,
go in and
yeah,
save them.
save life. That's what that
Wow.
job is about. And
You
I
don't
had,
look like you're like a big swimmer. You're a pretty good swimmer. You'd have to be a good swimmer at the time, yes?
not
'Cause you're a big guy,
yeah,
is what
but,
I'm saying.
but
I
not
mean-
normal swimming, because you will have swim feet and a suit. So
Okay.
so it's cold up there.
Yeah, sure.
But of course, a good swimmer with swim feet.
Of course, yeah.
So I had a fantastic period there. I also did some with the UN in some special task force they have in Lebanon.
Wow.
Yeah, as a medic.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what made you retire? Some people continue to go. They
Yeah. I found a new goal. And that
you started to think a little
business,
entrepreneurially?
Business, yeah.
Yeah.
So that
And you
was,
said you grew up with no business. What
Yeah.
caused you to all of a sudden start thinking about business?
Yeah. At that time, I was well paid,
Yes.
because high risk, better paid, and the military gave up some really good extra benefits. So it was comfortable. But then I get the first kid, then I get the second kid, and then the bank account went empty.
Yes.
So
You start, as you're growing your family, you're like, well, wait a minute. This is
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
by myself, but I need more.
and I want more. I want more kids, and I want to give them things
Yeah.
that I didn't get growing up.
Sure.
Nice experience, traveling the world, you know.
Some people think a common misconception, even from people who live in Norway,
Yeah.
is people aren't entrepreneurial
Yeah.
in Scandinavian countries because there's such a big social safety net. Everybody's taken care of. There's food and there's all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But you're part of the other side of the story that
Yeah.
no matter where you go, there's entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. So you decide to get involved in entrepreneurship, and what are some of the businesses that you got involved in?
That has been into investment fund management. It has been into waterfall electricity production. It has been online gaming.
Wow.
It's of course real estate, which everyone are in.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah.
A lot of different things. And you had success?
Established in total 7 companies.
Yes.
5 of them became profitable.
Right.
And 3 were sold off with a good earning.
Nice. So sometimes people think that the only good prospects for network marketing are people who are not successful.
Yeah, yeah.
People who are desperate.
Yeah.
People who they can't go get a real job.
Correct.
People that can't start a real business.
Absolutely. Yeah,
people
yeah.
think this, right? But you're a successful business person. You started, sold companies, run companies. You've done all these different things. When you're introduced to the company that you're in now, what made you think, oh, network marketing, I can, this will be something new, that I want to do?
Well, I believe the first thing I saw and that is in general, not in this company, but in the industry itself, the passive income You know, the knowing that at the end it's possible to reach a level where your income comes month after month.
Yes, from something you did before.
Correct. And being a business owner, you know, you can only reach that if you grow it to become really big. And that is very few of the company that are able to. Yeah. I didn't manage that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time the business is you.
Yeah.
You're the business.
Yeah, correct.
You make it all happen. You bring all the money. You solve all the problems. You don't really get the passive. You'd like to. You earn a little bit. You get some leverage from your employees, but they bring their own hassle too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And with 12 years of building businesses, I learned one thing. I didn't own any business. The business owned me.
Yeah.
Every time there was something wrong, it was me to be there to fix it. So,
So some business people think that network marketing is like, oh, that's for housewives to do. That's for, you know, some college kids to do. That's not a real thing. But you saw something different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But anyway, every time I was introduced to any kind of business, I've always sat down and made a study of it to look into what is it.
Yeah.
Not just from my own perspective, but from as many perspectives as possible.
So when you studied network marketing, took a look at this seriously as a business person, what did you see? Outside of passive income, we got that part.
Yeah. I saw that, first of all, the entry is so low.
The price of entry, the investment's very small.
Totally. So that means that it's an opportunity you can really offer anyone you want to do business with.
What's the most you ever spent starting a traditional business?
The most?
Yeah, invested.
Yeah. Personally or
well, let's say personally, and then what you had to raise.
In total, I would say in US dollar, it would be like 4 million.
4 million US dollars. And how much have you raised to develop?
That
includes the raise. So $4 million is the most you've done. So the company that you're with now, what was the most you could spend when you started?
€2,000.
2,000 euro. So it's like silly. In comparison to 4 million.
But that's also a disadvantage because
people won't treat it so serious.
Correct.
Yeah. So you saw the ability over time, not immediately, but over time you could build passive income from efforts that you did. One time you could get it long term. Second, you saw that a low price of entry, not only for yourself, but for other people that you could talk to. What other benefits you saw in network marketing?
The self-development. This is something I started to look into in 1994. At that time, I also saw that I got a real portion of self-development from the military, but in a different package, in different
a lot of
form.
structure.
So since 1994, I've been addicted to self-development, reading books and
who's your favorites?
Tony Robbins.
Yeah,
sure.
Tony's a good friend. He's a force of nature.
A
lot of fun. Have you been to any of his courses?
Yeah,
which ones?
The one in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Have you been to any others?
No.
Yeah, Date with Destiny's, pretty amazing.
I believe.
They're all great. But Unleash the Power Within, the Business Mastery, they're all good. Tony Robbins was big. Jim Rohn was a big one for me, who was one of Tony's first mentors. But same for me. That personal development was so fascinating because, especially in this profession, you can grow yourself in order to earn more, become more influential.
And that is different from traditional business. Of course, there are great business owners that are also focusing on growing themselves, but most business owners are more focused on growing the business. And that's why I believe that's one of the reasons why we kick ass against the traditional business form, because in network marketing, people are more developed.
Right.
I believe that a network marketing leader can outrank in results any other business owner.
Yes, if it's approached properly, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been involved with your company?
4 years.
4 years. So 4 years ago, you say, okay, I'm going to explore this as another entrepreneurial venture. How serious were you at the beginning?
Always the same. All in.
100% focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always.
So you came in 100% focused 4 years ago, and you decided to start building. I'm going to fast forward and then I'm going to back up.
Yeah.
What's the highest level of income that you've earned in a calendar month, if you could translate it to dollars?
That would be in euro 300,000 euros. So that
300,000 euros. So depending on the exchange rate.
Yeah.
So a little bit more than that in dollars.
A little bit more than
right now.
Yeah.
So
350.
$350,000.
Yeah.
And in a month. So that's between 3 to 4 million a year.
Yeah.
Now, some of that is as a result of your business growing. The other parts of that is residual. And I'm sure the residual is growing as a percentage a little bit every month over time.
Correct.
I got to ask you this question. This is one of my favorite questions. What makes you different? Because there's other people that started 4 years ago, haven't done anything. They had the same company, same opportunity. Maybe they lived in the same town as you. Maybe they went to the military too. Maybe they started businesses too. There's other people who got involved and did a little bit. Some people got involved, did a medium amount. Maybe they're making, 50,000 euros a year or something.
Yeah.
But you went to another level.
Yeah.
What makes you different? Why are you special?
I believe it is the fact that every time I do something, I do it all in. I'm no looking back, no options to run for something else. I see so many do 2, 3 things at the same time, and I believe that it's not because they believe so much in all those 3 things, but they need a safety plan. So for me, it's
so they're hedging a little bit.
Yeah,
they're just,
if
they're
that
not
doesn't
quite
work
committed.
out, and that I believe will have an impact, a negative impact on you. So for me, it's about going on top of the barricade, scream out to the world, this is what I'm going to do. Of course, I get a little bit hammering every time. People will say if they believe it or not, they will, But all in all, I believe that going on top of the barricade, shout out what you want to achieve. And people will be fascinated. Some will be fascinated, and then they want to join you.
Yeah.
I believe that most people, Eric, deep inside, they like excitement. They like to be in this small group, but comfortably, we like to stay back in the big group.
Yeah.
But when they feel that the small group will grow big, then they want to be there.
Yeah.
So
they have to see your vision. They have to
correct.
They have
correct.
to. They kind of buy your energy, your passion.
Yeah.
One of your dear friends that I talked to earlier, his key concept was he was obsessed. That's the way he put it. You talked about all in.
Yeah.
He was obsessed.
Yeah.
He was just absolutely, totally immersed in the idea of creating an opportunity for others. And the unique thing I think about network marketing is you can't make money without helping somebody.
Correct.
So your paycheck is a direct reflection of the number of people you're helping. So I've got to be, anything outside of the all-in concept that separates you from the average?
Discipline. When I say I'm going to do, I would put all I got into it. And everyone that knows me and lives around me, they will say that is my stamp. That's how I am. And I believe I'm winning from that, creating that culture within me. When, if I promise you, I will meet you at the cinema at 8 o'clock sharp, I will be there. And I believe most people are correct that way. But I am the same correct with myself. So I'm saying to myself, I will be there 8 o'clock sharp. I will be there.
Even if nobody's there, you're still going
Correct. And that is discipline.
So you can employ yourself almost.
Correct,
You know,
correct.
you can be your own boss.
Correct, yeah.
And part of that, I think, comes, one of the things that I see from top earners is consistency. Not only discipline just for a little bit here and a little bit there, but they're consistent. You know, they can still balance their family. They can still make sure their kids are getting attention, and they have a father and all that stuff, and the wife has the time and attention. But they're consistent, because that consistency breeds some comfort in the team. You know, knowing that you're all in, but you're also consistent. You're not just hot and cold. Some people go hot and cold, and they lose their teams. You know, the team loses faith.
And I also believe that I've done one thing really smart. And you know, network marketing is about selling. But many distributors around the world, they are forgetting the most important sale. And that's the sale we do at home. To our spouses, to our kids. So even doing business, traditional business, I very often set up goals together with the family. And even when the kids were young, if they would have a bicycle, normal parent will, we will buy you a bicycle, because every kid should have a bicycle. But for me, it was about setting up a business goal. So they were sharing me on in my business to get their bicycle. And so I have such a strong support from my family.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's been a big factor for you.
Because when it's late night, traveling, at the most, I traveled now in this business, this company. 1 year I was more than 300 days on the road.
Wow.
300 days.
But look what you got from it.
Yeah, but it's a huge sacrifice. It's a huge sacrifice, not for me, but for my wife and my 4 kids. Because when you're on the move,
because you don't have to do that forever.
No.
It's like an investment.
Yeah, correct. And they see the same vision. They see the same.
Yeah. Another thing that I've seen and I've witnessed with you, and I see with other top $1 million a year earners, is they have an ability to develop leaders. So they're not the only leader. They can develop other strong leaders, not followers, but strong leaders. What do you do that you think is unique when it comes to developing leaders? How do you do it?
Yeah. First, I believe you need to follow the most important principle, and that's leading by example. And leadership is not a position. It's your own personal culture. So first of all, you need to grow as a leader yourself. To be a good role model for your leaders. Because you cannot expect them to get past you in the quality. You can hope, but you cannot expect. So you need to push yourself. Secondly, even though the company provide leadership training, I have my own leadership training. So both for strategy together with them, but also for training. And I use people coming outside with special knowledge to enforce my trainings, to make them even better. So I put a lot of time and resources to make great leader training for my
How much
team.
time do you spend, how do you identify somebody that you think could be a leader? What do you look for?
Most of all, the results, of course, but combine that with the heart. I believe that a leader with a warm heart, a leader that are curious about other people, are in love to get to know people, that are focused on people, then they have a heart. And I do believe that together with the results. Some people pick their leaders just from the heart. And they
Not
don't,
enough.
no, because they need both the results and the heart.
Yeah. And sometimes somebody can have results, they have a bad heart, they're not going to be a good leader.
Correct.
And you can
Correct.
tell.
Correct.
Sometimes you can coach them to get them there, because they came out of a ruthless business environment, you know, some tough business environment. They just need to learn. This is a people business, right?
Yeah, correct.
Well, so many good ideas in what we're talking about here. Here's what I'd like you to do. Our audience is all over the world. This interview will be seen by a lot of people. Yeah. And I hope that they took good notes because there's a lot of information in here that will give people a roadmap to be able to go where it's necessary to go, to talk about how to go all in, the developing that passive income, being disciplined, looking for the heart as well as the results, leading by example, all of these different points that you bring out that are all great points. Here's what I'd love you to do. I'd like you to just look right into that camera and talk to these people wherever they are. They're watching on their phone, they're watching on their computer, on their tablet, whatever, and they want what you have. They want it bad. What advice would you have for them? What would you tell them? Just if you were just the two of you sitting in the room together, share with them what they need to do in order to experience a breakthrough in their life and in their business.
Yeah, I can do that.
Please do.
Dear friend, first of all, as I said, do your sale at home. If you have a spouse, if you have parents, if you have anyone close to you, do the sale so they understand your vision. Even if they don't get involved, let them be your strength that they can cheer you on. That's a so important sale, and I encourage everyone to do that sale, but you need to do it again and again and again. It's not a one-time sale. Secondly, I would say, I build my network on 3 steps. First steps is to go pro. It's to learn the skills. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an electrician, if you want to be carpenter, whatever trade you go into, you need skills. And network marketing is a trade. You need to get professional. You need to learn how to run the business. Secondly, I would say, you and I, we come from different walk of life. And some of us have had some hard hits. So some of us have lowered our ambitions. You need to start to think big, dream big. You need to grow your ambition. It's okay to wish for more. It's totally okay to wish for more. So grow your ambition, and you will experience that even people around you will grow together as fast as you grow your ambitions. And the last thing is, develop yourself as a leader. You are a born leader. Everyone are born as leader. We can be mother or we can be father, depends on your gender. And that is the biggest leadership responsibility on the earth, being a mother, being a father. So if we are put on this earth and are able to grow our family, that's the proof that you are a born leader. But leadership is also a development. So my challenge to you, go out, search good role models in leadership, study, don't read books, study books, so you can take the content of the study and implement it in your business, in your life.
My friend, I want to congratulate you, number one.
Thank you.
On what you've done so far. I know it's just the beginning.
Yeah,
I know you're just warming up.
Sure.
You're going to be breaking records all over the place, and the world is going to know your name.
Yeah.
Even more than it does already. And number two, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. A lot of people who are successful in business are not willing to share their secrets. They want to keep them to their team. They keep them to themselves. The fact that you're willing to be a citizen of this network marketing community and give back to the people who are looking to emulate your results says a lot about you.
Thank you.
So, my Norwegian friend,
thank you.
You rock.
Ladies
and gentlemen, that's our show. Hope you got value, and our wish for you, as always, is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody have a great day, and we will see you next time. Take care. Hey, my name is Eric Worre, and if you're involved in the network marketing profession, I want to invite you to come to the Network Marketing Pro YouTube channel. Every week, we put out content on how you can become a network marketing professional.
We have tips, ideas, strategies, interviews with million-dollar earners in the profession, interviews with global icons like Tony Robbins or Sir Richard Branson, lots of different things that we provide. They're absolutely free. Do yourself a favor, click on the link, subscribe to the YouTube channel, tell your friends to do the same, and I can't wait to see you there.